Hello everyone. So I am using the Maybe Linimon by Ryan Edwards. It's a combo of the Linimon and Gypsy, so we get 52 cards. So this is to get information for what's happening to the White House squatter. The White House squatter. He won't get out. What is happening to him today? What will be happening? How will his day go? Okay. August 25th, 2025. Monday, August 25th. 2025. Right there. Oops. Ooh. Okay. So with the tower coming out right in the center now in the Lennies, you guys have probably heard me say a million times. Well, yeah, and I never exaggerate. You've probably heard me say hundreds of times that the tower in the Lennies, in the system of the Linimon or Lenormand, is completely different. It's the institution of a person. It's their boundaries. It's their authority. It could be a health clinic, not really a clinic for him. It could be, like Walter Reed. It's definitely possibly a hospital. Most of all, it's a person's inner authority. And if you get this card in a personal reading, the lesson is about creating strong, healthy boundaries and structure in your life, but it can also be that it's time for solitude. But it has if you're looking for timing, it has to do with being controlled by outside forces. So I think I'm going to stick with that, except for, it's just generally like the rules and regulations. It's the legal card in the Lennies, It's also a person who's very ambitious, wants to get to the top, and sometimes their ego is really attached there. But if this card came through for a health reading, I would say maybe they're going to be under quarantine in a hospital somewhere. It also rules the back and the spine. Okay, and then we have the card that's I think it's called Metal. I can't remember the name of it, but let me get going with the other cards around it, because this one in the center is super important because they work all together with this 9 box. I read it like this way, and then past, present, future. Up here's what's on the person's mind. Here he is right here. What's down below he has a little more control over. Oh gee, the sickbed card. Wow. What's happening to him? Lordy. Okay, let's keep going. I already did the health reading, and it did look pretty bad. But I don't know which one of these you'll watch first. Oh yeah, he wants Melania. She's like, no effing way. Go away. She doesn't like him at all. Yeah. I'm going to go out one more just because I can fit. So maybe he is back in the White House. Or who knows if he ever left over the weekend. At this point, he knows he's safer there. That's why he has brought in the troops. Right? Okay, so nighting out from the well, actually, let me, because I said I would do this here first, but I do like going out this way because it's really important. But anyway, when it comes to the little tower card connecting with the metal, this is him. He's really wanting that Nobel Peace Prize. This is him being recognized, but for what? This is him being part of, the white boys big fat cat club, kind of thing, and how greedy they are, but also how insane this guy is. This is his reputation. So with the moon, his honor with the public is only seen as somebody who's super greedy. He's just way, way, way too greedy for everyone's. It's getting worse and worse and worse, and everyone's seeing that. So the greed, he goes and flies back and forth. Probably what's happening to him is some trips. The stork goes from the nest. Now this could be his home, and maybe we look at it as this being the White House. And he does. I'm thinking what happens to him is that he does leave and comes back. But or maybe he arrives in from a place that he stayed all weekend. There may very well be that. But maybe based on these other cards, there's maybe the news comes out. Something to do with Putin or or Trump's predatory nature on the system of our government. And then how sick he is mentally and physically. They're nailing the physical. Well, they're doing both. Goodness, you guys. I don't know how many of you listen or watch anything on MSNBC, but that's the only news channel I watch in my house. And then I don't often have time to listen to much anything else because I'm working with, personal clients. But when I do catch things, then it's usually by print. And they're all talking about his health. Everyone's talking about his health. This card has a special meaning besides, 45, and he definitely is felon 45 or 47, whatever you want to call him. But this card is illness. The name of this card is illness. It's somebody who's sick. It's somebody who is a patient. It's somebody who has an affliction. And somebody who needs a caretaker. And that's him. And he wants Melania to come around, but that's not happening. Meanwhile, Putin's over here still putting out secret, hidden, naked photos of Melania. And, there's all that. And Melania's like, I'm not going anywhere near that. And besides that, he's revamping her East Wing into the ballroom, so she doesn't even have any place to stay when she's there. I mean, where would she stay if she's there? But she doesn't go there. She hates him. She absolutely hates him. I know that. I can feel it every time I've read on her, and with him. So yeah. And long time ago, remember back when he had the FBI legal search and seizure of of Mar-a-Lago? Remember that? I got that Melania is the one that called them and gave them an anonymous tip. Probably her voice wasn't very anonymous, or maybe she had someone else make the call for her, but it was her that wanted them there. And I've gotten before that she is one of the women that brings him down. So there's that. But that's something that's likely never to be proven, and that's okay. I don't care. I don't care which women it is. I want them to be protected if they bring down this injustice. So anyway, he has a chronic illness. If you get these two cards in a reading and you've got a pet that isn't breathing well, that you know that this is it. It's stuck in their lungs, right? For him, he has all these goals and he does have control over his health, and he could go towards something that would be a little more powerful, but no. What he does is he just goes for the whatever tastes good, feels good, blah, 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 temporary, because, that's how malignant narcissists are. For the kiddies out there. So, yeah. He's just, he's never going to do the right thing. Hold on one second. I don't know why. Always coughing with him. Always. Well, maybe it's just my body empathing what's in his, because reading the first few cards, if we look at this as being the opening of the reading, even though I don't start 1, 2, 3, I go from the middle out. This is him partying. This is the mucous membranes in his body that are just overwhelming. And this is the darkness. People in his party, the dark people in his party that are part of his clan, are wondering, what the heck's going on? What do we do? They're looking for new ways. They might be looking for new ways to actually bring him down, because he's going back to Alzheimer's. He's going back to like childhood trauma that he does need to clear. And he won't do it in this lifetime now. I don't know how many lifetimes it's going to take him to even touch in. It's just, he's stuck. And so these two cards up here, knighting to the anchor, this is being stuck for a very, very long time. Oftentimes it's permanent. It's not going to go away. If anything does go away, it's going to be a very long time. But I would say, no, it's not going to go away, because we've got the sickbed card, the illness card, and the mountain. The mountain blocks and obstructs. And so his insanity is not going away. It's just going to get worse. It's all over the news. Things are moving out. Even Putin, because, if he were smart, he would protect him because he is this useful idiot. But Putin is just as dumb and self-destructive. So all he's ever going to do, and it'll be Weekend at Bernie's with this idiot too when it finally happens, but all he's ever going to do is be the predator, because this is all about pride. Pride comes before the fall. So maybe they'll fall together, but with the news pushing out everything about Trump's predatory nature as being most important, what's happening to Trump is that people in his own party are hiding and doing whatever they can to obfuscate and distract. I don't have the fox here for distraction, but the birds, I feel, are this. There's distraction. This is Putin distracting from other, the things that are really going on. It's all about the Epstein files, but nobody wants to talk about that. They're all hiding. This is also what's happening to him. Well, this is the GOP, the greedy old perverts who are roaring as much as they possibly can, communicating to hide and obfuscate and confuse and create chaos. The most important thing about their party and what's going on in with the foundation of America, but also at Trump's wherever he's staying. Yeah, you know what? When you mirror these two cards together, these to me mean resorts, and that's what Trump has. All of his golf, they're called clubs, right? Here's the club card. One of Trump's golf clubs. He's going to be traveling from to come back. And he's fighting with Melania because he wants her there, and she's like, no, no, no. And God, I miss that lady that used to be on Stephen Colbert that did Melania so good. We need her. We need her back next season, maybe. Yeah. The short season, and then it's the last one for him. But I can't wait to see what else he does. It's really important. So anyway, so Melania's like, no, not going there. He's just nothing but sickness and greed all around him coming down. Greedy old perverts are trying to hide it all. And Putin is really the one in charge of the monster. And the monster, will be loyal to Putin because he knows Putin can hurt both himself and Melania. Trump doesn't really love anyone, but he wants to keep Melania around him. And Melania knows where all the bodies are buried, and she knows everything. And I bet you anything, knowing what I know about Tauruses, they do not like being controlled. And she's been controlled her whole life by Putin and other oligarchs, and she thought maybe Trump could protect her, but he's too disgusting, stinky to be around. She doesn't want, it's not happening. None of that's happening anymore. So, and she's going for the money. She's got a new man, I'm sure. She's got a new home, I'm sure. And she's just like, no more with these secret enemies. She's going to be loyal to herself. So that's what's happening to Trump today. There's a big showdown with Melania, and he tries to offer her money. He's tipping his hat. Here, I'll give you whatever you want. And I still don't think. I mean, she might take it as a goal, as a temporary. Maybe she'll make a temporary, very, very limited appearance just to get the money, but that's she's just waiting for him to croak. She's hanging in there like we are. So yeah, and maybe she has a short-term, very limited conversation with him, but they fight about it. She's fighting about it with this dueling card here. Yeah. But they are talking to each other. That's what's happening today. There is conversations. Or there are conversations. Or there is a conversation. Yeah. Insanity. Change to his predatory nature here. Long COVID. Air problems, breathing problems here. The GOP trying to make changes and improve things for their lot here. His Alzheimer's, dementia here. I would say that if the Lilies card came through too, but I feel like it's just very foggy on the brain. And something small, definitely not innocent with this guy, but something small and trying to create something with Melania, and she's not having it. It's done. That's just done. And it's not coming back. So, let's see. if I knight the tower out to the tower to the clouds is the confusion within our government. The institution of our government is being seen as needing to start over, just completely start over. And the GOP party is very dark and hiding everything for him. And we, the public, are seeing the predatory nature of the GOP, and we need to stop it. All right, because he is only loyal to Putin and to whatever he wants to get from somebody else, the transactional relationships, right? Yeah. Four Corners already say that. I've gone over that. Yeah. I don't have anything else here except for what's happening to him. Besides all of his illness and the news talking about it constantly, mental illness and physical illness, lymphatic issues, all of that. Yeah. But also that there's something that comes out on the news that tries to create an obstacle and stop his preying upon Americans. And they're also just making fun of him because he's nothing but a big old just bloviating bag of hot air. And, everybody's tired of it. People in our government are going out and roaring and speaking up and saying the important things about what a battle we have ahead for 2026. So, and he's going to be awarded the greed of the whatever. He's going to go down in history as the greediest president, as the Don the Con, the carnival barker, that has filled his coffers to the max. And he wants more. Okay, that's all I have. Take good care, you guys. Hi to the kitties out there. Bye.